Hello. Welcome back. I hope all is well with you guys. We are continuing our journey into cybersecurity basics. And as always, I will point out that my English is not good, but I will try my best. If you have difficulty to understand, you can put your question in writing, either in the commenting area or via the contact link that is in the description of this video. There I will uh, put the answer in writing, and hopefully it will help you that way. And I will also uh, point out that this content is intended solely for educational purposes and provide information based on my current knowledge. It should not be misused, misconstrued, or taken out of context for any illegal activities. I am not a professional or expert in the field, and the information provided is for general awareness and guidance only. Always consult with a qualified professional for advice specific to your situation. Now, mm, I, I have created a series which we are going to learn about, and you may ask about what. In this series, which consists of 4 parts, from it numbered from part 0 to part 3, and each part consists of different episodes. And in these 4 parts, we are going to learn about the concept of denial of service attack, or short for DOS attack, and distributed denial of service attack, it's short for DDoS attack. First, we'll start with part 0, which consists of 2 episodes, episode 1 and 2. In the episode 1, we are going to learn, which is this video, we are going to learn first, describe what is denial of service attack, then how it happened, and some common method or protocol that is used in the attack. And in the episode 2, we are going to mention the impact of a successful denial of service attack. First, we start. A denial of service attack is a malicious attempt to overwhelm the target system. You may ask, what is the target system? It can be a web server, website, or a network. A denial of service attack is a malicious attempt to overwhelm a target system to the point where it cannot, we are talking about the target system, to the point it cannot handle legitimate requests. The primary goal of the attacker, the primary goal of a attacker which are using the DDoS, not DDoS, DOS attack or denial of service attack, is to make the target services, targeted services unavailable available to its intended users. This, and you may ask how they will achieve it. For example, if we take a website, mm, my drawing is not very good, but if you take a website, it can be, for example, a bank website, the bank that you are using, your bank website. This bank website can handle a specified amount of requests simultaneously. It has not the infinite resources to handle infinite amount of requests that simultaneously is being requested from it. The goal of the attacker is to overwhelm the site so that you, which is the legitimate user, and this site, for example, is intended to provide services for you and other customers, but you cannot access it. This site is not available any longer for you because the attacker has requested a lot of amount of have sent a lot of amount of requests simultaneously, so that you can the site can no longer provide any services to you and it is not available. So, and you may ask how they will achieve it. I have explained it a little bit, but here I will put it in writing, which is better compared to when I am trying to speak, because when I am trying to speak in my head it sounds very good, it sounds that I can English, but when I'm trying to speak the words do not come out. I don't know why. This is achieved by flooding the system with an excessive number of request. As I mentioned before, here the goal is to exploiting the system finite capacity to handle incoming traffic. Because every time that you are accessing the website to your bank, for example, in this case, every request requires some amount of time and resources, and this resources is not infinite, and this is that the attacker will exploit these weaknesses. The attacker sent a large amount of requests simultaneously. mm, mm, all the resources of the site will be busy to provide services to each and every request that attacker have had sent to this site. But when you are trying to send a request, the website has not any longer the resources to take your request. Therefore, you are denied services. You cannot access the website any longer until the attack is ongoing. And the next question or the next topic, you may ask how this happens. How denial of service attack happens happen. And again, if we have your bank's website here in drawing, I'm not good in drawing, so this is your bank website, and here we have the attacker, which is very happy, and here on the other side we have you, which is very angry because you cannot access the website any longer. Okay, the DDoS, we write here attacker, and here we have you. First of all, the specification of DDoS attack, it involves a single host. We will talk about what is a host in the network fundamental uh, course. Okay, if you are interested in that, we have started a little bit, but I will try to finish this one first. If you are interested, you can visit the knowledge sharing village.com site. You can see it there. Okay, so here, first of all, the specification is that DDoS, not DDoS, I DDoS attack is distributed denial of service attack, which will become in the second part. The denial service attack, it involves a single host, which is this computer. It send it sends sent an overwhelming amount of traffic to the target. Here we have the target. It sends a large or can send an overwhelming amount of traffic. Overwhelming amount of traffic as we have mentioned before. When we talk about the resources here about the site, it has limited, it can handle and process, we can put it writing, it can handle it can handle and process process a limit a limited amount of request or number of request simultaneously. I couldn't pronounce this right. Simultaneously. And because it has not infinite amount of resources and it cannot handle one process uh, infinite number of requests simultaneously, the attacker take advantage of this flaw or weaknesses. It sent a very large amount of traffic or request to the site in a very short period of time. In that time, when you are trying to access, because the site does not have any resources available to take your request and process it, you are being denied. You cannot access it. But the attacker is very happy because it drains the whole resources to itself. Okay, and this will lead to that the site is not available for legitimate user, which is you and other customers, and you cannot receive the services that was intended uh, this site to give to its customer. Okay, so this is how basically the denial of service attack goes. Specification: we have a single host. It sent a large amount of requests in a very short in the span of a very short period of time to the target system. The target system can be website, web server, network, etc. It depends on the attacker, who is the attacker and what is their motivation and objective. This will result you, the legitimate user, you cannot access these resources because the system does not have infinite amount of resources and it cannot handle and process the infinite amount of requests simultaneously. When you are trying to get access to the services of the site, you cannot, because the attacker have sent a large amount of traffic to the site. This has led to that all the resources is busy and occupied with the handling and processing the request that is being sent from the attacker, which is the goal of the attacker, to make these services unavailable to the legitimate user or the intended user. And the next part, or the which is the third part in this video, I know it has been a little bit longer. I will always avoid that, but I don't know why I am not successful in that case. Here we are going to mention some common methods which are being used in the denial of service attack. Common method used in the denials of service attack. Sorry about that one. Okay, so attacks, and you may ask which are those. Here we are going to mention two of them. It may be other method also, but the common one is we have mentioned the concept of flooding, flood attacks. Here, sending a high volume high volume of traffic to overwhelm the network or server. It can be web server, email server, and the network protocol that are being used in this case is Internet Control Message Protocol. It's short for ICMP. And we have UDP protocol. We are going into these protocols when we come in the networking fundamental, not here. And other protocol that can be used are ARP, or short for Address Resolution Protocol. We have Dynamic Host Configuration Protocol, and we have Transmission Control Protocol. Okay, this uh, this protocol can be used in the uh, can be used to facilitate or in the by attacker in the denial of service attack. And the other common method is the goal of the attacker. I don't know if it's word or not, but the goal of his attacker is to crash the system, the target system. We can call it crashing attack or crash attack. Here, and you may ask which vulnerability the attacker will use here. The whole network system uh, can understand a packet. This packet is formatted in very special and specific ways, and it has a specific size also. If it is not being we are going to talk about which criteria it must have when it comes to when we are going to in when we are going into the networking fundamental. But basically, the network devices, to be able to understand the packet, it must be formatted in a specific way and it must have a specific size. The attacker will send a malformatted packet or oversized packet also. This will lead to that the target system cannot understand this packet because it's either exceed uh, the specified size that is allowed, or it is not formatted in acceptable format that is acceptable based on specified protocols. We are not going into that. Basically, this is that the attacker using this uh, vulnerability to send a malformat packet or oversized packet, and this will lead to that the targeted system cannot handle or process this packet which in turn may lead to the whole system will crash down. Okay, that was all. And in the next video, in the next episode, we are going to talk about the impact of a successful denial of service attack. I hope you have gained some knowledge at least. And if you have any question, you can ask me either in the commenting area or contact me via the contact link that is in this description of this video. Otherwise, see you in the next video. Have a nice day. Bye.